Hey guys, Jenny PRD, registered dietitian and nutrition expert. Thanks so much for checking in. This next video comes from a request from a friend. Thank you so much. And it is a grocery haul and meal planning video all combined into one. So every time I grocery shop, I am always planning at least 5 meals for the whole week for dinner. Always have breakfast on hand and always have lunch on hand because I don't like to dine out at all, pretty much, for breakfast or lunch especially. So I'm going to go through a whole bunch of things that are staples in my pantry, what we tend to always have on hand, and go from there. So breakfast all the time, every day, is oatmeal. We have quick oats, whether it's store brand, or Quaker oats, whatever. It is quick 1-minute oats that we are always making. I add ground flaxseed, wheat germ, honey, and some peanut butter, and half of a banana, and cream of wheat. So the reason that I add this is for all the vitamins and minerals that I know you can't see on the food label, but are there, and mainly for iron. So I add a sprinkle of this into my oatmeal concoction, and I have a few videos of my oatmeal breakfast foods on my channel already, so check those out. But mainly for the iron, and again for just all those different nutrients. So our breakfast is paired with a glass of milk. So it's a complete meal, very filling, very satisfying, which leads me to lunch. So lunch, we have grilled cheese sandwiches or regular plain cheese sandwiches. I have eggs, often with toast, as well as tuna fish sandwiches, peanut butter and jelly. I have 2 little ones, so they eat all of that, which is wonderful. But sometimes I'm having peanut butter and jelly with them. So what we are having all the time is my favorite Sara Lee Delightful Bread. So for only 90 calories, there is 3 grams of fiber. Great rule of thumb when it comes to bread. You want the first ingredient to be whole wheat, which this one is, check. And you want at least 3 grams of fiber per 100 calories. And this one has 3 grams of fiber for 90 calories. So again, really fantastic bread, and we have that often. So I mentioned tuna. So I have a can of tuna here, and this is a staple that I often have. And so we just buy solid white tuna in water. So again, whatever brand is on sale, definitely buy and keep it. It stays for a long time. Drain it, rinse it, and then I add mayonnaise, and sometimes I'll do half mayo, half non-fat plain Greek yogurt for that creaminess, but to cut the fat and saturated fat from that. And I'm always adding celery. So since I purchased celery, I figured, what else can I have with celery this week? So we'll get into that. I don't want to jump all over. So that is breakfast we talked about with oatmeal. That is lunch, the different type of sandwiches we have, whether it's eggs with toast and fruit, tuna fish on that whole wheat toast with fruit, and peanut butter and jelly with fruit, and milk and animal crackers, of course, and things like that. So that leads me to dinner time. So again, 5 meals planned for the week. So I made panko breaded chicken, baked it in the oven for maybe 18-20 minutes. You want your food thermometer to read 165 degrees so you know that your chicken is cooked. And so with that, I made sweet potatoes. So I just simply poke them with a fork, stick them in the microwave, and for these, probably about 5 to 7 minutes. The bigger they are, the longer it's going to take. But about halfway through, flip them, and then you have sweet potato ready while your chicken is baking. And I just added frozen mixed vegetables. So again, really easy components, making everything from scratch, and a good, healthy, easy meal. Maybe 20 minutes that it takes you to put together. Maybe 25 minutes because it took you 5 minutes to bread the chicken in panko breadcrumbs. But again, meal planning is really important, so you know what you're having for dinner for you and your family, and it takes that stress away. So another meal that we had for dinner was meatballs with whole grain pasta. So for us, whatever, rotini, penne, spaghetti, linguine, as long as it's whole wheat pasta. I have a whole bunch of pasta videos on my channel, so look for those as well, just to help you be more aware of what you're buying despite what the food label might tell you or the marketing claims that tell you on the front. So we also had a salad. We're planning to have a salad with that. So this butter lettuce and some baby spring spinach. So that we had with some reduced fat or low fat Caesar dressing. So tons of flavor and so delicious, but again, cutting the calories by reducing the fat. So another meal that we are having are quesadillas. So delicious. These whole wheat wraps, again, whether it's a traditional brand or the store brand, I always am looking for whole wheat wraps. So these, 140 calories, 3 grams of fiber, first ingredient, whole wheat flour. So it doesn't quite hit the 3 grams of fiber per 100 calories, but it's pretty close. And looking at all the different types, you know, these are pretty low in calories compared to the other tortillas that are out there. So what we are adding to these wraps are corn and black beans and, where's my tomatoes? And tomatoes. So all of these are no added salt. Look at all different brands, Walmart brand, Hunt's, and Del Monte. So again, I'm just looking for the no added salt. Whatever the store has, that is what I'm buying. And they, again, you know, are fantastic. All vegetables here. And I'm going to add cheese. So I have the tortilla in the pan, sprinkle on some sharp cheddar cheese, white cheddar cheese, whatever cheddar cheese that you like, and maybe some chili powder. Rinse and drain these, combine them all together, and sprinkle them, fold it in half, and that's it. That's your quesadilla. And that is a complete meal because you have protein in the cheese, protein in the beans, and protein in the wrap. You have carbohydrates in the beans and the corn and the wrap, and you have fat in the cheese. And should you decide to cook these up with a little bit of olive oil first, you know, to blend them together with some chili powder, then you have some extra fat in the olive oil. So again, a complete meal, 10-15 minutes, so easy, and apparently it is canned food month, so that's awesome. So here's our canned food. Let's see, another dinner that we're gonna have are pizzas. So a lot of times I'll buy just store dough pizza. My husband loves making pizza. Check out my Instagram for some delicious pizzas that he has made that I posted on there. Jenny P. RD Food is Fuel, or in the description below you'll find my link from my Instagram page. But anyway, so again, these wraps, and I'll simply, you know, you can add, this is no added sauce, and so there's no flavor, there's literally nothing added to it, and it's delicious. I add garlic powder and oregano often in the pan, cook it on low, drizzle of olive oil, and that's it. Or for these little pizzas, I'll literally just scoop right from the can onto the wrap, you know, with a spoon, spread it out, and top it with some reduced fat mozzarella cheese and some sauteed spinach. Pop it in the oven, 400 degrees, 10 minutes, and dinner is done, right? So that is 4 dinners already, and then I was going to get back to the celery. So since I'm having celery, I don't want to waste food, I'm not in the mood for soup, we're going to make some chicken salad. So again, chicken, I've just bought boneless chicken thighs. I'm going to poach it in on the stove in water. Bring it to a boil, 15 minutes, and then let it just simmer for 25 minutes, and it's going to be done. Shred it, drain it, shred it, add the mayonnaise. I'm going to add some non-fat Greek yogurt again for that little bit of tang, but also that delicious creaminess. Cut up some red grapes, cut up that celery, and have it on our favorite sourly delightful bread, and make some homemade french fries on the side. Really easy. Gonna cut them up, I think 400, maybe 375 in the oven for about, I'm gonna say 35 to 45 minutes, but I always am making french fries from scratch. Cut them up, drizzle them with olive oil, sprinkle of pepper, and then once they get out and they're still hot, I add a smidge, tiny bit of salt because it goes such a long way. So delicious. So those are my 5 dinner meals for the week. Meatballs with pasta. We talked about the quesadillas, we talked about the pizza, the chicken salad, and then the chicken with sweet potato. So all good, healthy, variety, nutritious foods. And I'm going to get into some other pantry staples that we have. So we got you covered on breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So now we'll talk about some snacks. So some stuff we always have is hummus. My favorite is Sabra hummus. Low sodium V8s. I always pack these for my husband in his lunchbox as well. And let's see, carrots, baked carrots, right? And crackers. We got Triscuits, and we got wheat thins, and cheese sticks. So this is a complete snack as it is. The cheese stick with crackers, right? Fat and protein in the cheese stick, complex carb in the crackers. Or crackers with some hummus and a cheese stick, and then some of these veggies, because these are free. So free in the sense that because they're vegetables, non-starchy vegetables, they're low in calories. So feel free to have as much as you want because they're good for you, full of vitamins and minerals. So that's why I call them free as a dietitian. So I want to talk real quickly about these crackers. So the Triscuits and the wheat thins. So both really great crackers, pretty comparable when it comes to calories and fat and fiber. Both of them have 3 grams of fiber per serving. So the wheat thins, 16 crackers is a serving, where with the Triscuits, 6 crackers is a serving, because Triscuits are bigger and wheat thins are smaller. So you have to look at the weights. So for 28 grams in Triscuits or 31 grams in wheat thins, they are very comparable. So that's why it's important not to look at maybe how many, but look at the weight. So you really can compare apples to apples. So something that I always am looking for in a whole grain cracker is obviously for it to be whole wheat or whole grain something as the first ingredient, but also sodium. So again, you can't really see these food labels, but the wheat thins is 9% sodium and the Triscuits are 6%. So what does that even mean? So instead of looking at the milligrams of sodium, look at the percent in the daily value column. So a good rule of thumb, 5% or less is low, 20% or more is high. So 9%, still lower than medium, right? 12 would be about medium. And then 6% is just one above low at 5%. So Triscuits truthfully are a better choice when it comes to sodium, and these don't have any added sugar, where the wheat thins do have some added sugar. So, but again, both good choices, healthy choices compared to all the different crackers that are out there. So again, sodium you want to look for when it comes to a cracker, fiber content for calories. So again, similar to the bread, at least 3 grams for about 100 calories. And then first ingredient, whole wheat or whole grain something. So let's see, other staples. Peanut butter. I have a peanut butter video just talking about what really is natural peanut butter, and this in fact is natural peanut butter. Look at the ingredients and it's peanuts, salt. Teddy's unsalted is my favorite because ingredients is peanuts. Another staple, unsweetened applesauce. So again, whether it's store brand or Mott's brand or another brand, unsweetened is the way to go. So delicious. I sweeten it with cinnamon and I add some ground flaxseed, and we're good to go with that. Another one that I found that I absolutely loved is this canned pineapple, but it's not in a can, it's in like this plastic little jug, and it's so delicious. Put it in the refrigerator and it's so refreshing and tastes just as fresh as those fresh ones that's cut up. Significantly cheaper, so more cost effective, and still a great source of vitamin A and really good for you. Another snack that we often have every day when my babies wake up from their nap is yogurt. So for me, I'm always eating plain Greek yogurt, where they're having whole milk plain yogurt. So the difference there, they're young. My older one is 3 and change. My baby is a little over 1.5 years. So fat is important for them and their brain development and growth and things like that, and they're so active. Where for me, I don't need that extra fat coming from saturated fat, so I will add some ground flaxseed for my fat and some raisins and some cinnamon. So delicious. Protein, carbohydrates, and then the ground flax is the fat. So that's a perfect little mini meal. And then for them, the whole milk yogurt with these. Again, it's plain with raisins and some cinnamon, and also add ground flax for them for those omega-3s. But again, just good healthy food choices for them, good healthy food choices for myself, and just modeling those behaviors. So I think that's about everything on my table here. I hope this was helpful. Make sure you comment below. Let me know of any other nutrition videos you want to see, nutrition tips you want to learn about. Quick shout out to my Fat to Fit weight loss group on Facebook. Don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned for more videos.